Hey everyone, if you're watching this is going to be the clips video. I have unfortunately not been able to stream this, so hopefully I can make this up to some of you by having this instead as kind of a recap of what's to come. Hope you enjoy. Confused? I'll explain what happened so far. Also during this series, I'll be trying to explain best how Tears of the Kingdom fits into the overall Zelda timeline. There will be some discrepancies, but I'll do my best. We found what I believe is the Mummy of Demise that everyone is calling Ganondorf, and Zelda and Link fell into a hole caused by the Mummy's reawakening. In the confrontation with the Mummy, Link is severely injured and the Master Sword is damaged. It is important to note that the Master Sword reacted to the Mummy's chambers and the gloom surrounding it the same way it does to Malice. Afterwards, Link and Zelda fall. Zelda vanishes while they are falling before she can reach the abyss. Later on, Link wakes up on the Sky Islands and is greeted by Rauru, who we learn is a Zonai and is the source of Link's weird arm. If it had not been for Rauru, Link would have died. As far as is known at this point in the game, Zelda is missing. You spend the whole beginning of the game on a patch of Sky Islands learning the Zonai powers and completing the tutorial shrines. After completing 3 shrines, Link has to head back to the Temple of Time to acquire the 4th Zonai power from Zelda, being Recall. In the cutscene that last played, we can also see the Master Sword glowing and speaking to Link. This is a sign that the sword is not beyond repair and that its spirit, or Fee for people who played Skyward Sword, is still alive. It is not known exactly where Link has sent the Master Sword in the cutscene, but we do know that Zelda is now in possession of it.
Witness the blood moon's rise. When its red glow shines upon the land, the aimless spirits of slain monsters return to flesh. Just as they did in a war long past. The world is threatened once again.
Almost got it. Finish it. Okay, now's our chance. It's my destiny to fight by your side. I came here so that I could save Sora's domain. But it looks like all of Hyrule will need my help. I'll do all I can, just as my ancestor did.
After the boss is defeated, we meet the Ancestor of Sidon, who may potentially be Ruto. I cannot confirm if it's Ruto, but in-game I read some of the Zora tablets around Zora's domain, and it mentions Ruto as a hero of a bygone era, so for now I'm just going to go with the name Ruto. Ruto tells us the story of the Demon King, who looks strikingly like Demise. Ruto explains to us that Rauru, the Zonai from earlier, was the first king of Hyrule and had gathered 6 individuals as sages to fight the Demon King. But things took a turn for the worse, and the Demon King was victorious in the battle. Rauru chooses to seal away the Demon King by sacrificing himself for the greater cause. Before the battle with the Demon King, a sage known as the Sage of Time, whom looks to be Zelda, tells Ruto of what seems to be the future. The Sage of Time tells Ruto that Link will need their aid in the future against the Demon King. In the end, Sidon awakens as the Sage of Water. Now, there's some stuff I wanted to go over that might have a lot of significance to Tears of the Kingdom, and if you've played past Zelda games, you would understand. First of all, Zelda seems to be in the past, from what we can see. If the Sage of Time is Zelda, that means Zelda's in the past. A thing you might have not noticed earlier, if you played the game or were watching this video, is that, well, I didn't show it, but Recall's little symbol in the inventory is the same symbol as one of the Sage symbols, which means that Recall is not a Zonai power, but is Zelda's blessing as a Sage. I also wanted to mention that it seems that Ocarina of Time and Skyward Sword are canon to the game, as I have found mentions of Ruto earlier in Zora's domain, and there are characters later in the game who bear heavy semblance to things like Dorani from Ocarina of Time. In addition, with the Demon King looking strikingly like Demise, in fact, if you look at the Demon King, you can tell he has the exact same scales as the Imprisoned, and I did not mention it in the brief rundown, but the war against the Demon King was called the Imprisoning War, which, it's in the name, Imprisoning War. Demise was the imprisoned. It kind of goes hand in hand. The last thing I wanted to touch upon is that Rauru was the name of the Light Sage in Ocarina of Time, and when he passed on, I believe he gave the power of the Light Sage to Zelda. Rauru in this game does not look anything like the Rauru from Ocarina of Time, but it's also kind of interesting because the Rauru of Ocarina of Time was theoretically supposed to be Kapora, which the Zonai kind of look like that. Not really, but I can see the similarities.
when the glow of the blood-stained moon shines upon the land. The aimless spirits of slain monsters turn to flesh. The world is threatened once again.
That's the end of the video. If you want to see more, there'll be a part 2 and probably a part 3. There's still 2 more temples I've done before streaming that I was not able to capture that will each probably have their own video, as well as the memory you get from the Zonai. Until next time, I hope you enjoy the video.